GEO is a European Union-funded project that has been running since November 2024 and aims to unlock the full geothermal potential and strengthen innovation ecosystems in less developed regions of Central Europe. The project brings together partners from Croatia, Hungary, Italy, Slovenia, Belgium, and Spain, Canary Islands.
The Azores are all located in the North Atlantic Ocean. We are all volcanic islands. So because of that characteristic, the nature of our islands with active volcano systems, there is this huge potential to use geothermal resources, especially high enthalpy resources that are confined in these specific areas of the globe near these tectonic borders. When we talk about gas or oil, geothermal is still a P in this big industry of energy. We are building, expanding Pico Vermelho power plant. So the one that we have has 10 megawatts. The new one will have 12 megawatts. And together with the revitalization, the repowering of the group 1 and 2, the oldest groups from Ribeira Grande, we will put here a new group, a new binary generator, and these two projects together will boost geothermal at 2027, and together with the other renewables, we will probably achieve the 70% in São Miguel Island.
9 islands that are not interconnected between them or interconnected with the mainland, because we are almost 1.5 thousand kilometers away from Lisbon. So in terms of energy, it's a very challenging situation to have 9 isolated microgrids. Okay? But on the other hand, we have to give the same conditions to our 250,000 inhabitants, the same conditions that all in mainland they have in terms of energy.
The Casa dos Plátanos project constitutes an example of the potential of geothermal heat use for the climatization of public and/or private buildings and infrastructures. Associated with the fumarolic field of Caldeiras da Ribeira Grande, Casa dos Plátanos enables space heating and ventilation within the building through heat exchangers buried in the ground of the property, which directly capture thermal energy from the soil. The Caldeiras da Ribeira Grande Thermal Spa constitutes an example of the application of geothermal energy in balneology. Associated with the fumarolic field of Caldeiras da Ribeira Grande, the facility makes use of geothermal resources, namely thermal waters and hydrothermal resources, for therapeutic bathing purposes.
Furnace is the easternmost of the 3 active central volcanoes on the island of São Miguel in the Azores, and is one of the most active and hazardous volcanoes in the Azores archipelago. The area is characterized by an extensive fumarolic field, where surface manifestations of volcanic activity such as fumaroles and hot soil emissions, are present. This geothermal activity is also traditionally used for cooking the cozido das furnas, a local dish prepared into the ground that's slowly cooked by geothermal heat. The octant furnace constitutes an example of the use of a low-enthalpy hydromineral resource. The iron-rich thermal water from the quenturas is directed to a heat exchanger associated with a plate heat exchanger, where thermal energy is transferred to the domestic water supply network, facilitating its subsequent heating and distribution throughout the hotel. Subsequently, the quenturas water is directly used to supply the thermal pools of the facility.
The Innova aimed to showcase the geothermal reality of the Azores, highlighting how it differs significantly from the context found in other Central European countries. During the first part of the session, several case studies and practical examples of geothermal applications were presented, focusing particularly on the direct uses of low-temperature geothermal energy beyond electricity production, an area in which the Azores already possess extensive expertise and experience. In the second part of the session, the geothermal reality of the Azores was presented with the participation of the Regional Directorate for Energy and EDA Renovables, the local renewable electricity production company. The session also emphasized the strong potential of geothermal energy applications in the agricultural sector in the Azores, where studies and experimental work have already been carried out, namely at the Ribeira Grande experimental field.